little paper I can read off.
And then, and then this is airing on New Year's weekend, so just make sure you say Happy New Year.
Oh, it's
Okay,
New
nice.
Year's,
Yeah,
yes.
so it's gonna be on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
Oh, wow, the New Year's show.
Right
Yep.
on.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, I am ready to go, so whenever you guys are ready, just let me know.
Okay, I think we're ready.
Bring us into the New Year.
And welcome back with
One
more.
sec, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Alright, and go.
Cool. Okay, and welcome back to Mortgage Talk with loan originator Robert Bulmer, NMLS number 322918, and myself, Bobby Bulmer, NMLS number 2060902. Happy New Year to everybody listening. We are also here with Mr. Raymond Aquino, our local investor who has made great success in purchasing rental properties and holding his assets. Quick shout out to everybody. Happy New Year's to anybody listening out there. If you guys want to call or get in touch with us, you can reach us at 760-669-7813.
Happy New Year, everyone. This is Ray
Yeah.
Aquino. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for the introduction. And Robert, Happy New Year, everyone out
Happy
there.
New Year to everybody.
Yes, 2023 is among us. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Sorry.
Yeah, the stage is set. A lot of good news out there. There's a lot of really good news really when it comes to real estate. Everything's really being confirmed that we were right on fear. The fear mongering is just that. And I was doing a little reflecting actually all week, and ever since I was thrown in this business in 1998, did you know that every year wasn't the right year to buy a house since 1998?
Yes, absolutely. You know, people always say, wait for the crash, wait for the crash. And I believe those people are still waiting, Robert. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're going to be getting into, a little bit of what I heard too. So I'm going to shout out a YouTube channel that I really like the way he breaks it down and the way he analyzes everything. So shout out to Clear Value Tax YouTube channel. Never met him, started recently listening to him, and I really like the way he breaks it down. But he kind of basically in the same thing, looking at the stats and the data, you know, the properties available, we still have a housing crisis. People need a place to live. You know, really, when you break it down, there's always going to be somebody making a move, and right now, with the amount of inventory and the amount of buyers, it's really a very, very good balance right now, to where it could be a good win-win for not only the seller but the buyer, even with rates the way they are. So I have a realtor tip of the week. Realtors trying to get buyers and buying leads. I see a lot of commercials on that. I think Bobby could agree. It's very important to have a lender like us, like Robert and Bobby,
Yes.
that's answering the phones. I think Ray could attest.
I agree, guys. You know what? Ever since I started working with you, Robert, and now Bobby, since he's got his license, it's been a pleasure because I can call you guys anytime. You guys answer your phone, or if you're not, you return the call right away. And
Exactly.
you guys can run the numbers for me, man, and I love it. Thank you, guys.
And it's important that you're able to that we're able to call right away, especially if you're buying leads from Zillow or any of these lead sources that realtors are doing to get these buyers. And a lot of these buyers, in my mind, all buyers qualify. It's just when coaching them up right, what position they're in. We talk about the 3 qualifying factors, Bobby. You know,
Credit, income, down payment, closing costs.
exactly, and the 3 things. What were the 3 things?
Credit, income, down payment, and closing costs. We covered those are really, realistically, when you look at it, and I know we were talking about just a second ago a market crash, and I want to touch back on that too, because I don't think there is going to be a market crash like in 08. I don't think it's going to be like that.
I agree.
But yeah, why isn't it going to be like that from 2008 though? Because people since then were getting qualified correctly because of the new laws and regulations that were put into place after 2008.
Yep.
Very
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a very good observation.
So since everyone's been qualified correctly, they could afford everything, and there's obviously tools that you could use for different things with your mortgage. I don't think it's going to go under and people are going to lose their homes like that.
Not only that, people have a lot of equity in their homes right now.
Exactly, and they could use that equity to pay their house.
And before they lose or their home to a foreclosure, what are they going to do? Try to sell it, right? Because there is equity in their home.
Exactly.
And why would somebody lose their home? You got your work in, well, but it's getting more expensive to live. This is where I had a little note reminded me. Disclaimer: talk to a tax professional. But what's the average person's best tax deduction just for W-2 worker? Who's getting pretty, getting up there, still under 100 but above 50. What's the biggest tax advantage? One of them is your house interest.
The interest on the mortgage.
I hear tax people say that all the time. So if your biggest tax deduction is your home's interest, before you sell right now or forced or really, look at different options. Look at accomplishment, because you're like, oh, I have a really good rate. I locked it in when it was 3%. Okay, but yes, I'm paying a car payment or 2 car payments, my toys, the credit cards. I have all this miscellaneous bills. Oh, I'm paying a great interest rate, getting the minimum tax write-off, and I'm paying $500, even anywhere from $200 to $2,000 in total minimum payments, managing 3 to 10 or more different accounts.
Wow.
No 30-day lates to protect your credit. We talked about credit, and you always want to make your payment within 30 days because your credit's protected if you keep your minimum payment within 30 days.
So, guys, let me just remind you, if you haven't been keeping up with these shows, when I came to Robert for the first time, we had to restructure everything on my books, right? And Robert helped me save. I was looking at the paperwork the other day. He actually helped me save monthly $1,211 to be exact, guys. That's the monthly savings that he helped me achieve by refinancing, by getting rid of some of the debts that I had through the HELOC that we were able to get through my primary
Before
residence.
he started taking investing seriously, before he's up to this 14 units, which we're going to get into, that's what we really got to get into this. Because in reality, he utilized the house he bought to live in. He came together with his wife with the house she bought to live in. It all starts with that first home.
Boom, baby.
It does. Let me
Yes.
tell you, you don't need the reserves. You need minimum down payment. 12 months goes by fast. Stuff happens in life. So that first house starts, and what he built, and then really all Raymond had to worry about, because of the way we restructured it, was the reserve requirement, because he always basically his W-2 14 hours a day, going to work every day, was all we used, because he didn't have the full 2 years of self-employed tax returns. They didn't even let him use that. Only if it was any negative they seen, they used that, but no positive.
So, Robert, let me just mention, a lot of people ask me, how did you get to this position, to this level? And I told them, well, we were saving up. The restaurant was making a little bit of money, and that's what helped with the capital. But, and then they say, so you actually had help with the restaurant. I go, no, you know what? Everything was qualified under my W-2 income only.
Exactly.
I didn't use any income from the restaurant.
Exactly. And that's a fact. That's how we did it. You used what you had at hand, your properties at hand. Because when you guys came together, it only made sense to say, hey, we can either sell our homes that we were living in, or we're going to turn them into a rental. That's a no-brainer. We already had them, and it's just a matter of the time and where you are at, and the time in society. We call it Caesar's world, surviving in Caesar's world, working doing what we have to do to not only survive, but to try to make, it's really amazing, because it is affordable. You did it on, I don't like to get all, let's put it this way, with OT.
You know what? The most I've ever made annually at my company for the last 18 years.
That's a good way to say it.
Was $84,000. That was the most I've ever made. Okay.
Living at the job.
Wow.
You living at the job. So a lot of people think, man, you probably make a 7-figure or a 6-figure income. No. The most I've ever made. But you know what has helped me and my wife is learning how to budget, learning how to save, and overcoming those obstacles of having capital and being able to have reserves in the bank at that point.
Yeah, we know, and that's exactly where it's led up to. Once we restructured, saved it, and it was never about rate; it was about accomplishment. It's like, wait a minute, this car rate's really good. I think your car rate was lower than all of them. I rate. You are not seeing the picture. And then now he's always drive. Really everything. It's being debt free.
Yeah.
It's having a little bit of. I don't know if we can name drop, but I listen to the AM radio a lot. But anyways, it's structuring the debt properly. And simple interest. We had one of the episode is the way to do it. The equation, I think Bobby will tell you the equation. This is what they do every month.
Yep, and it's a super easy equation, and they repeat it every single month. So you pay it down, and they repeat it. It's balance, so you take the balance times the interest rate, and you divide it by 12 to get the monthly amount, because there's 12 months in a year, so you divide it by 12 to get the monthly. Balance times rate divided by 12 is your simple interest equation.
And it's about the achievement. We talk about, hey, we're not interested in rates. And again, a lot of the closing costs, when we break it down, and there's an important document when you close on a home called the closing statement or the HUD settlement statement. There's an estimate and a final one you get at the end. It's a final kind of itemization. But the accomplishment, what is the accomplishment? I think that's how Ray's done it when he's gotten these units. So long story short, the recap, he's built up to 14 units, built an ADU that's called
An accessory dwelling unit.
Okay, accessory dwelling unit. There's also an additional dwelling unit. There's people call it other names,
Yeah.
but you're able to, with some of the amazing stuff from up north, our legislators,
SB 9 and SB 10 was passed this year at the beginning of the year, and this allows homeowners to be able to build these ADUs and get permits for ADUs on their existing property that they have.
And that's been a really good
Oh, my
experience.
Yes.
Everything he's been able to do is an experience calculated, and it was that restructuring the first time.
As we all know, guys, money in the bank, money as savings, it loses value every single day, every single year, right? Because of inflation. Thank you, Bobby. So what I'm trying to do is limit my savings and invest that money into cash flowing assets that move with inflation, such as properties, rental properties.
Exactly.
Like have a little fluctuation. I like
Yes.
it.
Exactly. So let's give a little shout out. You guys can definitely get a hold of us. My NMLS, I'm Robert Bulmer. My NMLS number is 322-918. You can call Bobby or I at 760-669-7813. His NMLS number is 206-0902. We are, work with FBC Mortgage as an equal housing lender. Their NMLS number is 152859. And we're on an amazing team. At FBC, Team Hartwell, shout out to hashtag Team Hartwell.
Awesome.
Where else can they find us, Bob?
You can search us up on YouTube at Mortgage Talk Podcast. And you can see us, we talk a lot with our hands, but it's kind of silly in here sometimes. So if you go and watch our YouTube videos, you can kind of see the humor we're working with in here. So go check us out on YouTube. I think Mr. Aquino, you also have a YouTube channel. If you want to
Yes,
check
I
that out.
started this YouTube channel this year called Investing in Rentals. I found my passion. You can find me on Instagram at Ray Aquino and on TikTok at AquinoRay99. And please come join us at our restaurant. It's called the Spring House Restaurant, located at 16441 Main Street, Hesperia, California. 760-949-2441 is the phone number. We're open daily from 7 to 4 p.m. Thank you guys. And man, if you guys are out there, it's New Year's. It's going to be New Year's when this airs.
Happy New
Yeah,
Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year again, guys. We have to look forward to this upcoming year because it's going to be a great one, man. We have to change our mindset. Remember, we've always talked about mindset and put it on paper. And I tell my kids this all the time. If you have a goal, put it on paper. And this is the only way, well, not the only way, but this is going to help you achieve that goal. And so my wife and I were sitting down probably today or tomorrow, jotting down all our goals for 2023, putting them together, and we're going to be accomplishing those goals, guys, this year. So I suggest you guys do the same.
And that's why it's so important to change your mindset too, because when you start doing stuff like this, you start acquiring properties, houses, debt, and you start using your debt as a tool and letting debt make money for you, pretty much, in a sense, right? Technically, you have to believe in what you're doing. You have to understand that it's going to work